Welcome to Cute Mania Live. It's nice to be back. It's been I think like a week or so since I've done the show. I want to thank Confessions of a Traitor for being on last week. That was their second time being on from London, and they got a new album coming out pretty soon in September. So it'll be cool to hear the entire album, and best of luck to those guys. I went on a trip this weekend where I always go to Pittsburgh to see bands, and I met these lovely gentlemen from Canton, Ohio, named Asava. Welcome to the show, guys. Nice to have you.
Hi. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, how we doing?
I was before we went live. I was like, you guys look refreshed. You look well slept, or you caught up on sleep.
Yeah, we finally just got a little caught up on the whole fiasco of the weekend.
Yeah, you had some trouble getting out of town to Pittsburgh. Tell us a little bit about what happened. What's your timeline of your day?
Started out great.
Started out as usual, just getting all packed up in our bus for the show, and we had to make a pit stop just to get some gas and swing by my place. And right as soon as we're about to leave, the brake line went out.
Yeah, I was the one driving, and I turned into our apartment. Luckily, we were at one of our apartments, not all the way to Pittsburgh or, on the way there. And as I'm turning into the drive, the pedal just sinks all the way to the ground. And I'm like, all right, here we go. It's going to be a great time. And then we had to figure it out. We had to drive half an hour, pick up some cars, and meet back at the bus.
We actually got lucky. One of Greg's car was in the shop. We needed one more car to get all the equipment.
That's right. You were telling me this is the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and they called at the last, and they were like, "Hey, your car's ready." So we went and picked up his car. Yeah, it was perfect. It worked out well. It just added 2 extra hours onto getting there.
Swap the vehicles at the mechanic shops? Be like, well, we have another one to give to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
It just all went wrong for a good couple hours, and we were just it never really came on our minds to not go. It was just
it definitely did for me. That was the first thing I said. Let's just cancel the show.
Let me rephrase. It was
first thought was oh, we can't do this.
It's we can't. Yeah. It's more how do we make this happen?
What do we do? Yeah,
because it's not the biggest show in the world to go and play, but this is what we're about.
But the guy from Acute Mania Live was on his way.
Right, yeah, we had
he straight
up
other
people.
I don't know why I'm talking
to
the
see
third
us,
person.
And it's just no, especially that's kind of part of the band is just not very the sense of perseverance and
figuring it out. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just
I remember pulling up Instagram on my way up there, and because I do a lot of phone work while I'm driving. You're not supposed to do that, I don't think, in any state, regardless of the laws. But I don't follow the laws that much in traffic. But it's I looked on there and I saw that where you guys said something about I was like, oh no, please.
Yeah.
And then when I pulled in, I was like, I don't see a van. Because I didn't see the update of where.
Right.
And then when I'd gotten there, I pulled it back up, and it was a video of you guys saying, we made it, and I was like,
yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, geez, yeah.
I'm glad the first post didn't deter you. Oh wait, they might not be there
for a little bit. It did.
It did us too, almost.
Well,
yeah.
That's why I was waiting until we had the video of us there.
Yeah.
Because I posted it immediately at the same time, so it wouldn't be
Yeah, I saw it, and I'm like, no, come on, no. Of course, I'm driving, so I can't keep scrolling. I should have just kept scrolling there because I would have been happy the rest of the way up. How long does it? How long does it take to get from Canton to Pittsburgh?
It's about 2 hours.
That's not bad.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's about that. It's about an hour and a half for me from here up to Pittsburgh, so it's not.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Oddly enough, the last show we had in Pittsburgh, we had vehicle troubles too.
Really?
So I don't know what it is with us.
It's Pittsburgh is the problem here. I have to see where did you play the last time you were this way?
What was that place called?
What was that place called? That's not a good sign.
No. We played in this bar.
Mike's Sport Bar or something?
Yeah. It was like a bar and grill.
It was one of those what was that? It was a year and a half ago. We played in the corner. There wasn't a stage.
Wow.
I don't think they'd ever really had music there before either.
I think they might have had open mics, maybe.
Acoustic.
Just acoustic. And then we show up with a bunch of amps and shit. And
half
then,
stack.
Was it good though? Like, did
I
it,
remember-
was it okay?
At one point, the guy, it's like we're like halfway through the set, and the guy's like, "Hey man, like the
Can you turn
owner's
it
like
down?
getting all mad. Like, can you guys just turn it down a little bit?" I was
Oh,
like,
no.
"Yeah, absolutely, dude." And I like literally turned it up because I was just like, "Let's go."
Stick it to them. Yeah. Don't book us if you want us to turn it down because we're not turning it down.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's great. I've never heard of that place.
Yeah.
Probably for that reason, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. It was.
I don't
nice,
think
though.
it's a traditional venue of any sort. They're not.
No,
I don't
it's
think they were
literally just a
actively
bar.
looking for booking. I think somebody just really wanted us to play there, and they
Well,
found
that's
they
good. That's a
got
good
us
thing
in at that place.
It's a good thing that somebody wants you to, but they need to find you a better venue.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
well, we were happy to come and play Black Forge.
Black Forge is a great spot. That was only probably my third or fourth time. I think fourth time being there. And the first time I went, it was a metal show. It was like not deathcore, but this like a metalcore show. And I was like, "There's no way that is just gonna. There's no way." And then like from the first band to the end, everything was perfect. I was like, "This place is phenomenal,"
Right. Yeah.
Some alcohol would help, but
No, I mean,
They
like,
were selling some beers, weren't they? They had some beer there because I know RC had some local brewery there. I forget what it was though.
yeah. Well, I mean, alcohol's not it doesn't have to be a big part of a show, but it does.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. I mean, especially like smaller ones when it's not like, it's just.
I will say their coffee was phenomenal though.
Their coffee is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I bought some coffee and brought it home, and they actually, because I have a Keurig, so I can't just buy a bag of coffee and bring it. But they grind it up in some form where I can go buy the K cups and just So I've done that.
Refilling.
Yeah, it was really. I remember Dan had just got something, and I was like, "Have you seen like this?" He's like, "I don't know. I just got like the best iced coffee I ever had in my life."
You saw the roaster, I'm sure, or whatever that thing's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Called. Yeah. I mean, so like that. I guess that makes a difference. Roasting your own and serving your own at your own place.
Yeah.
How coffee shops work, honestly.
Yeah.
But
That was a fun stage too. Cool, like.
yeah. It's a really cool spot.
Great.
The new green room, I guess. Cy took me down to the
Nice.
to the green room, and I was like, "Man, it's hot," because we were in the stairwell. I was like, "Man, it's hot. This isn't it's hot down here." And he's like, "Well, just and then you go in." But it's really nice. The big TV and stuff.
It was a nice
Right,
space.
yeah.
I mean, I had to like crank my head.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do that too. Yeah, the Mohawk was
Tall
touching.
guys don't quite work down there, but it was great. It was a nice space. They did have a little AC unit. We didn't pop it on, but
Yeah. Do they have like showers?
Pop
and
that
things
AC
down
on.
there? I didn't really look around much, but do they have you have like a personal bathroom down there, like where you can take a shower if you need to, or is that?
I don't know. They didn't show us any of that.
No,
But-
I mean they still supplied a lot of just like waters and everything else.
Yeah, nice
Water?
little fridge
They didn't
down
give you,
there.
like, any food or anything?
Yeah.
Water.
I don't remember if they mentioned food.
We don't eat much.
We never. Yeah, we especially
What's
don't.
the
eat
what's
shit.
the longest tour you guys have been on? Like, not necessarily back-to-back nights, but like the longest time you've been on the road. Like,
That's probably just those 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was whatever we just did in beginning of July. It was just about like 4 nights in a row.
Did any of you get tired of each other? during the
No,
show?
no.
No, Like,
I'm trying to remember.
we've been
Kinda like
around
where you
each
were
other
just
like
annoyed, but you didn't really say anything. You were just kind of annoyed, and you were just kind of over.
No, I feel like we were all just still trying to figure it out too. Like
Yeah.
this is we're trying to get used to playing out more, and especially hitting
Right.
like back to back to back like we did.
Is the band fairly new?
Well, like here's what's interesting. That's why I had a thought the
It's
other
complicated.
day. Yeah, it is like because like COVID really,
It messed with everybody.
yeah, like and like when we came back, it's kind of just a different band, different sound, different direction and goals and everything. So like, the way I'm kind of thinking of it right now, like we've been a band for about at least as Asava about going on 6 years, but in terms of like how we approach it now and the sound and like if you like a band and you start diving into them like online, like you look up like whenever their first shit came out, it's like, oh, they've been out since this.
Yeah.
And our first album came out in 2020. So the way I'm kind of looking at it is we're about a 2-year-old band right now.
Yeah.
And it really feels like it. Pretty much everything we've been doing is like kind of the first stuff we've been tackling,
Yeah.
like almost the first or second time. So it's like we are still.
I
We're
did.
young,
I did
yeah.
notice on your Facebook. I do a lot of stalking. Once I confirm a band, because I just like to check it out and see what I can find out. kind of like an X. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Look at your stuff. Anyway, I noticed that one of your pictures was just 3 of you. What was that?
Oh, yeah, it was like you, Dan, and Greg, I think, at that time.
Uh,
Because I wasn't.
if I know the picture you're talking about, that's a terrible
That blue
photo.
one?
Oh, regardless.
No, the pink one, maybe.
Yeah, it was
I
just
don't
the
know
3
if
of you.
anybody can see
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. But so was there a time when there was just 3 members?
Yep.
That's
It was-
that's what I was
Yeah, it
getting
was
at.
just
Yeah.
the 3 of
It
us
was a
holding it
good,
down.
What, last year?
It was a good 6 months where we were about a 3-piece. So we any show we do.
The bass player, what's his name?
Greg.
Okay, Greg. Greg almost hit me in the face like twice at the show with his bass.
Oh, like when he came out.
He'll do that.
It was my own fault. It was my own fault because I was, I'm filming and whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from. I try to do the photographer thing. I'm not a photographer, but because there usually at a show there's a photographer, doing his thing, and I'm trying to stay away from him. I ran into his tripod at one point, and just not paying attention, and then Greg comes out and just starts swinging like a freaking axe, just. And I had to go like this a couple times, and then he purposely ran into me, which was because he was dancing and shit. So I just shoved him back, and he was loving it. And,
Nice.
But then he swings around again. I'm like, all right, okay, I got to,
Yeah.
yeah, it was
It's
hilarious.
it's hard to keep myself and Greg from coming off of the stage now that we have
You guys
some
put on a
wireless.
phenomenal show. I mean, like I've seen a lot of shows. I mean, a lot of people have seen a lot of shows, but I mean, it was very high energy. Even the mellow parts were high energy, if that makes any sense. Like
Yeah.
you were anticipating, when are they gonna go into it? When are they gonna go into it? And you can just kind of see it and feel it with you guys on stage. You guys are on stage doing it, but you can almost feel that energy building.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Kind of anticipating, but I mean, I didn't know when because I don't know all your songs, but just
Right.
You could feel it, Bill. Yeah.
yeah, and I love that. I love that with bands. There's some bands that'll just either like one song is high energy for the entire time, or there's a song where they're mellow the entire time and it never kicks in. Yeah, I like bands like that too, but like when you can like feel it with the band, it's just like I don't know. Maybe
Well,
it's
cool,
just
man. Yeah, that was kind of the goal with the
Yeah.
the songs we choose live for like the sets are kind of meant for.
This set here.
like that.
This is the set list right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
And
got the set.
The gentleman signed it for me. I can't read any of them other than Dan the drummer. Right here.
That's right.
Let's see. That's Greg because there's a big G at the front. I don't know what the rest of it says. I think that's Zach's. Is that a Z? You guys
Probably. I can only see scribbles from here.
Yeah, mine's
Either
just-
that one, it might be that one because that's a Z also. I don't know what this is at all right here. That's
That's probably RC. I think I remember him just going, "Oh, oh, there it is."
anyway. So thank you guys for the set list. That's nice. That's the first set list.
No, thanks for asking. Like that's
Right.
really cool on our end. Just
Yeah.
anybody even asking us to like sign
That's what
something.
I do. That's what
That's
I
insane.
do. That's
We've
what-
never gotten that.
Yeah. We've gotten it like once, maybe twice before to like
Yeah.
ask to like sign some shit, and like
Yeah.
ever since it's kind of like that's kind of the goal now.
Right.
Is every show is to
Well-
have somebody that likes us enough to want us to sign something.
Well,
Like,
I know that you guys are going to go somewhere, bigger, and dude, that's good to have early on, because I don't have to, go through
Chase
a
us
web of
down
people
now.
just to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome to have.
thank you, man.
But speaking of the songs that like build, I want to go ahead and play "Running Up That Hill" because it kind of does that, especially at
Sure.
the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's
So,
do it.
tell us a little bit about what this song means, and then we'll play it.
Should we? Should we?
What it means?
No,
I don't know
how
about.
it started and everything.
Well, I'd say like chromatics. Just talking like.
So like, I mean, like how the song has been blowing up, not ours, but like, the Kate Bush one has been blown up from
The what?
Stranger Things. That Running Up That Hill has
Oh,
been kind of blown up.
I don't watch
but-
that show. Mike was watching. I wanted him to fucking co-host.
So
no.
so this song is technically a cover. It is a cover. This is
Okay.
it's Kate Bush's "Running Up That Hill," and it recently gained popularity through the show Stranger
Okay.
Things.
All right.
Like number one, like I think it did decent in the 80s when it came out, but like it's been.
I'm gonna have to go listen to it now. That's interesting.
No, it's literally been anything I ever see about, and like for the longest time, I'd always just really liked this kind of like underground, pop 80s pop song that like
Who
nobody really
doesn't?
knew
I mean,
about,
you know.
and like yeah, and then like like a few months ago I started working on. It's very much like none of the melody is really the same. It's just like I always really liked the lyrics, so I just kind of wrote something around those lyrics and kind of how they work. And then all of a sudden the song blows up on its own, and it was like shit. Like we need to record ours like for real with the help of our buddy Jacob Shar. But
Engineer.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The song is just I've always liked the song, and I really wanted to do it in like the style of kind of how we did 25.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's a little bit of background for that song.
But it's you made it yours. You know, not like that, but like not claiming it, but you know what I mean. Like
Right. No. Yeah.
your style, I guess, is what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Bring up that.
Yeah.
But you wanna feel how it feels. But you wanna know that it didn't hurt me. But you wanna hear about the deal. Make a deal with God. I get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, running up that hill. No problem. Don't you wanna feel how it feels? Let me steal this moment from you now. Let me steal this moment from you. Let me steal
I love that. It's so
Hey.
symphony-ish. Is there some symphony in the back? I know a lot of bands will add that when they're recording and stuff. Is there anything like that in there? Or is that all your guitars just working together? You know what I mean? Like symphony.
Yeah. Like as I mentioned earlier, Jacob Shar is our producer, recording engineer, and he added some like choir.
Yeah.
And some like bells and stuff like that in the background, which is
that
really fitting for the song.
That's phenomenal. I went in there and when I got up there, I went in there and told Mike, I was like, hey, I told him about the Stranger Things. He's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, see, you should have co-hosted with me. I know nothing about the show. He binge watching it on Netflix, like from the beginning of the.
I haven't actually seen it either. Yeah, I don't think
I just watched it last night, actually.
Did you?
Oh, did you?
It was okay. It was the original Kate Bush version.
I always forget to do this, but kind of introduce yourselves and what you play. I should do that. I need to do this at the beginning of the show. That makes more sense. But
Oh yeah.
I'm Liam Brocious. I sing and I do guitar.
I'm Zach. I play guitar. I play rhythm. I'm here to make noise.
Awesome.
Of course, I'm Dan, the drummer, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. Seems fitting enough. I'm the percussionist of Asava. So.
And we're missing Greg. He's the bass player.
Yep. And then we have RC Albright as well. We have 3 guitar players in this band. So.
That's why that's what I noticed also. Was that the original intent? Was to have that, or I don't think it's too much. I'm not saying that. I think it's phenomenal.
We started as a 4, and then we were 3, and then we turned in back to a 4, and then to a 5.
Yeah.
And the 5-piece came around because, like, especially after we got done recording our song 25, there's just so many like layers and stuff that we wanted to do live, like, and to get that across. Like, barely any of the time are we all 3 playing like the same part or something. Like, they're all like different parts going on. So that we can have that kind of like layer.
I don't know personally, but it's got to be hard to all the layers that are on a track when you record. That's hard to do live if you don't have that with you live. So that kind of keeps it, I guess, consistent. I don't know. As a
and sometimes if we don't need it, that's why like a few songs on the set.
Hold on. So that cat is
it's not the cat's fault.
He's trying to take the computer down.
The cat says, "Now listen, you need to pan to me. It's my turn now."
Yeah, pretty much.
He was literally just laying on the corn.
Back in my first few shows, back when I used to do it on Facebook, I had a tripod that I bought off of Wish. Bad idea. I bought several off of Wish, but I used my my iPad as the camera, so that and I had back then I had more people here doing it, doing the show, local people, and I would get up so they could play, so I wasn't on the camera, and I would trip over the tripod every time, almost every, and it would just then I'd have to go back and sit down, but that was me. So
Mm-hmm.
All right,
so yeah, cats are supposed to be graceful. They should not. If he's gonna knock it over, he needs to do graceful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, whoa.
There he is.
What's his name?
Philip.
Hi, Philip.
Like the TV.
Like Phillips.
Like Phillips.
That's how he got his name, actually. It's TV.
My TV. No, my cat's name's Murphy, and Bo asked me one time. He says, "Murphy, is he Irish?" I said, "No, he's Marion County, because I got him at the Marion County Humane Society, which is
nice.
Cool. So he's not Irish at all. He's West Virginian."
That's cool that he got it at the Humane Society.
Yeah, he's a ball of fun. I don't know. No, he was the only one. He was. You know how when you go to the Humane Society, or I guess any pet store or anything to get a cat, there's like 20 of them in one room, right? And they just kind of put you in there and like to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was the only one not bothering me. He was up on the tower thing, and he put his paw on my shoulder and didn't meow. I'm like, I'll take that one. That one.
Yeah.
And the whole litter was named after like nuts, like peanuts. Like he was Peanut. His sister was Hazelnut. They tried to get me to take the sister. I'm like, one's enough. One's fine. They'll reconnect at a little later time. But yeah, it was there was Hazelnut. There was Peanut. There was I don't know. Just a bunch of nuts.
Almond.
Pecan, whichever, you know. if you
Yeah.
will.
We actually have two unreleased songs that are secretly about my cats.
Really?
Yeah. I
Which
mean,
songs are they?
I know
They're-
one.
they're-
What's the
yeah,
other?
Secret anymore.
well,
What's the other one?
Special
Special
boy.
one.
Well, yeah. What's the other one?
Monkey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they're about
So is there an album forthcoming?
kind of.
Or an
Like
EP,
we
maybe?
we just put out two. Like we put out 25 and Running Up That Hill, and then we're about to go record another 4, and then once those are done, it'll all kind of be on its
I
like
can't
work.
wait. I can't
Right.
wait. Are you gonna
Thank
do,
you,
are you
man.
gonna do a release show? I've never been to Canton. I will come to Canton. And
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do something. We had like a release party for when we released 25.
Private
so,
party.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
And that was
we'll-
really humbling. I don't know. People actually
Yeah.
showed up for it.
that
Yeah,
gives,
it's
that's
awesome,
kind of something
like,
to talk
yeah.
about. Honestly, yeah. When
Yeah.
when 25 came out, it had been a long time because of COVID since we even done anything.
yeah.
So we
yeah.
were just kind of during that working on that song and recording it and getting the video done.
Do you have a plethora of songs like in ready to go whenever you want to record them? You're just kind of picking the ones that.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind
At
of.
this point,
Yeah.
they're ready. Yeah.
We just kind of keep writing, and then those kind of take like priority because we're like, oh, this is better than anything we'd ever done. So like
That's
then
awesome.
that kind of gets pushed to the top of the priority list.
The
But
And then a
last
new
band-
one comes out, and you're like, oh, no, it's this
Yeah.
one.
The last band I had on, Confessions of a Traitor, they it was kind of funny. When I had them on last year, they had already written all the songs that are getting ready to be released on this full length. And I was like, and I had no idea, then. And I was like, so you're telling me that you were going to put an album out. You didn't say anything about it, but that's the way it goes. I'm sure a lot of bands have a lot of things in the pocket, ready to go. It's just, it's a timing thing more than anything. You don't want to release everything you have because then you got to write more, I guess. I don't know.
yeah.
But
Well, then you got to pick the ones that will go well together on a
Yeah.
work, like a singular like work, like an album or an
Yeah,
EP or
yeah.
something. So it's fun.
I think Magic is my favorite one
Really,
to like sit and listen to. What is 8 minutes, but it's
real heady. Yeah, it's real.
it's one of those ones that build.
It's a story.
Is it a story?
It's a
what-
story.
I mean, we won't play.
I
it
think
on-
just musically.
Yeah,
honestly.
music.
Yeah, like,
It's like a
it was meant
yeah.
to be,
it's like a book almost.
especially
is,
that one
yes.
in particular.
I listened to it when I mowed the grass. I was telling Zach yesterday I had to go out and finish mowing the grass because it rains every day. But so I have quite a big space to mow. But I was listening to that again yesterday, and it does kind of tell a story, even if it's not saying anything. It just kind of you just kind of think things.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
That was kind of the goal back then. Like we were trying to be very like progressive metal or rock or whatever you want to call it, and do stuff that was very like story, like what does this mean? And it's like really long and kind of on the more like real big epic prog kind of stuff like that.
Mhm.
But that stuff's really hard. So like we proved we could do it, and now we're doing some easier stuff now.
Yes.
but,
So do you think, from listening to the album that you have from 2020 and like 25, I guess, I think that the sound has kind of changed. Personally, I in my, or not personally, but in my opinion, the sound has kind of changed. Was that the direction you were trying to go? I don't know how to explain that. Maybe you can explain it better than me to the folks that haven't heard you yet. From that album until now, when you're starting to release like 25 and then newer material down the road, has it changed since then? Basically, is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
To where you want to go with it.
It's especially 25 was like so perfect. Like it was everything we were hoping for in terms of like changing the sound, changing the genre kind of even a little bit,
Yeah.
and especially on like the quality of the recording itself.
Yeah, I think we got really lucky having Jacob come on, and like he reached out to us and was like, "Hey, right?" Greg, he reached out to Greg, and like just having Jacob getting involved and David, He was our mixing and mastering
David
engineer.
Kaplinger, Soothsayer Audio.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, plug them up. Yeah.
I mean, that changed everything. I mean, hell, even if like the first album could be at that quality,
I guess a remaster would be okay.
yeah, and we might see that some years down the road, just because like even we try to imagine magic at that.
Yeah, at that caliber.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, was that a DIY recording, that album?
No, it was just rushed.
It was a very rushed recording. Yeah.
We had that whole thing was recorded, mixed, and everything in 1 week. The entire album.
Yeah. So
and I'm surprised it came out at least somewhat as good as it did.
Yeah, I mean, it still sounds good, but I guess what you guys are saying, it could be elevated.
But definitely, like, it was lacking on a lot of stuff.
But as a band, that you got to get something out there, and
exactly. I'm saying I'd been working with them since like kind of the beginning of the band. We all grew up together playing in different bands. I was not playing in Asava in the beginning of it, which was like 2017. Yeah. Maybe 2016, regardless. They had been writing. So everything that's on that first album, I think, was about 3 or 4 years of writing. And just like, we needed to get something out. So we kind of were like, all right, let's just get it out there. We got a guy, Toby Driver, who I think you guys had played a show with him in Cleveland and just loved his show. It was very spatial, ethereal kind of sound. And I was like, that's kind of what we were going for, and hit him up, had him come on. And we're just like, all right, let's pump this thing out. It's like, stop waiting.
Yeah.
And let's make an album.
Right.
And I think we suffered a little bit from that just because we rushed it. We recorded in a week, mixed it in a week.
You still got something out there,
Exactly.
Yeah. For somebody
it's there.
Honestly, if it wasn't for anything other than just capturing Jacob Schar's attention, like the guy who produces and records us now, like, cause he's, I mean, he doesn't like to say, but I think he even he's on a #1 song.
Really?
At some point. I mean, I won't try to name drop everything he's worked with, because he's very humble about all that stuff. But he's very knowledgeable. Like, he's been around the block with all this stuff. So like he's like the band's dad, kind of like
at this point,
like what to do or what should we do, rather than like before just everything being in the dark. He really helps out with a lot of like just direction in general.
He definitely knows what he's doing, like from recording. Well, did he do Running Up That Hill and 25? Did he do those? Yep. I mean, they're very good recordings. I always tell bands that, when I first listen to them, it's usually like in my truck or like on a speaker or something. But when you listen with cans, it's so different because you can hear everything, all the things that you didn't hear before, and it just. The man's going places. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hey, let's take a listen to Gift. Tell me a little bit about this one. Is it about a gift, not like a? I don't know. You tell me what it's about. I don't know.
That was not the first record. I think it was the last one to be written for that record, which ended up being like the only single we put out.
What's the record called? Just for.
It's just self-titled. It's just called Asava. I don't know. Gift's one of those like Gifts, which was cool because recently we had somebody reach out with their own like interpretation of what it is, and kind of was like, well, his interpretation was very beautiful. It was more beautiful than I had intended, honestly. Like, which is really cool that it can reach somebody like that. But at least for me, it was a lot of like conversation with myself or ourselves of like even in the song it says I'm on my way with all these mistakes, and like just kind of again about perseverance and kind of pursuing things. And lyrically it says like, you know, what I've been dreaming, it's like following dreams and shit like that. So
awesome. Well, let's take a listen to it and see if anybody else has any interpretation of it. Cool. It's a very good song. This is Gift by Asava.
to the moon and stars. Take this moment. Face it, take it all you've got. Do you know what I've been dreaming? Do you know why? I've been dreaming. Do you know what I've been dreaming? Do you know why?
Yay!
Me and Mike were deep in a conversation in there.
Now, at the end of that song, is that the breath? It's the breath.
Yeah,
Right.
we have a big like.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a big breath in and out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Just out of curiosity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why?
Wait.
That is a good question. Why? Why did we do that?
No, it's supposed to be a very big like relief.
Like a
Yeah.
if
I don't-
breath than anything.
I don't know if you listen to the entire record.
Yes.
But like every song has its like kind of transitionary sound
Mm-hmm.
to go in between, and that was pretty calculated.
The Montauk one is the only one that kind of threw me. What's the full name of the song?
Oh, Meet Me in Montauk.
Yeah, that it kind of because it's more like an acoustic-y kind of feel.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Compared to the rest of the songs. So that's what I'm going to kind of deviate from. We've been talking music in the album and stuff, or your music the entire time. So I kind of want to deviate
Sure.
because I like to get into not personal things, but Mike is a big hot dog connoisseur. You know how you have like there's like a wine connoisseur or somebody that works in wine is called a sommelier. I had a band on called Sommelier once from Pittsburgh, and we didn't talk about wine the entire time, because anyway. So, but Mike is a big he will travel to try a hot dog. So he was trying to. Well, I was trying to hurry back in here, but he was telling me about that Ohio thinks that they have good hot dogs. I don't know what he was meaning by that, but I told him to write it in the chat so so I could read it. But something about okay. Well, first of all, do you guys eat hot dogs?
I do not. No, unfortunately.
I mean, like I'll eat them, but I'm not big about them.
Do some turkey dogs, some chicken
I'll
franks,
do like a
and stuff
veggie.
like that. I don't eat red meat.
So okay, but people that do eat hot dogs. I mean, I'm sure there's hot dog shops.
Yeah.
in Canton.
Yep. Yeah.
He said something about they don't melt the cheese when they put like shredded cheese on their hot dogs. Is that you know anything about that?
Yeah, like a
You guys
chili
don't eat
dog
hot
or
dogs.
something
Probably,
like that.
Mike, this is gonna be a tough conversation if they don't eat hot dogs. You can't hear me, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
He's watching on his phone in there, so.
There's Milestone.
It's literally right there.
Yeah,
Like,
they
it's
do
right
gourmet
beside
dogs.
the
Yeah.
apartment building. we're
Let's
at.
walk over there. Go ahead and walk. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Which was funny. We had our first headlining show. We played right here, actually, right by our apartment. We're
Over
sitting
here
right now.
somewhere.
But like most of the crowd that came in from that hot dog place. Like they went to this place called Milestone, and it's like right across the street, and they have alcohol there too. So they just get a bunch of hot dogs and beer, and then they came
Nice.
over and watched our show. So
what do you think basically he wants me to make this a staple of the show, ask people about hot dogs in different areas.
Yeah.
He's like, but he won't co-host.
Well, he's got to come ask the
Very
question.
awkward
That's how it
somewhere.
works. It's got to be his
Stereo.
segment.
yeah,
Yeah, damn it.
Mike's hot dog segment.
Yeah,
Then,
something or Mike's wieners.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, Mike's hot. All right, sorry.
He's gonna write the theme for you.
I guess what's the toppings of choice? The popular toppings of choice in Ohio or in Canton.
Onions.
Jeez. Yeah, I was just
You think
Are they
that's-
raw
yeah.
onions or are they cooked?
Oddly enough, I had a really good at the same place, Milestone. I had pickled onions on.
Yeah,
a
that's good.
vegan hot dog. And it
Literally
was
every type of
really-
onion, honestly.
was
So it was like
Yeah.
like kind of a tofu meat, or not? I know it's not meat.
Yeah,
but-
what'd you eat?
No, it was just like a vegan, like the thing was Beyond Meat or something like that.
Huh.
But,
beyond.
yeah, but it had like kimchi and pickled onions and shit on it. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that goes
he
any
said something
further, I'm
about
gonna
you
have to
put
take
you
it.
put the hot dog chili on your spaghetti. He said something like that. Is that a thing?
Yeah, well, that's called Cincinnati chili.
What? Cincinnati, Mike. Cincinnati. Well, he can hear. Yeah, I'm a hot dog person, but like not like to the point. He will literally drive miles for hot dogs, or specifically go to like a couple weeks ago. He met his parents at one hot dog place. They went there, and then they went to another hot dog place. But just because his sister's boyfriend or fiance or something had never had the hot dogs from here, so they went to two different places to have. I just don't see the. I don't see it, Mike. I don't see it.
If he comes here, tell him to go to Milestone.
Go to
Yeah.
Milestone, Mike. Canton. I'll bring him with me for your album release.
Hey, good idea.
I'll force him up
Yeah.
with me.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. I wish I would have known you guys before I did, because I'm having a show for my birthday next month. My birthday is September 15th. If anybody I'll give you my address later. It's September 15th. Well, September 17th. At this venue down the road from me called Music on Main. It's kind of a small venue, but it's phenomenal. It's a great place. Amplifiers is going to be headlining.
Nice.
Sweet.
Haven State is also from Pittsburgh. I played a little bit of them before we went live. They're going to be playing, and Bo, because he plays, that's his poster there, but he plays also, and he's going to be opening that show. So that's September 17th at, I don't know, whenever you show up. No, I think it's 7 or 8 or some shit. $10 to get in if you want to come down.
Music
and,
on Main.
Music on
I'm
Main.
gonna try to match the door because he pretty much pays the door, whatever they make from the door. So I'm gonna try to match that so that way those Pittsburgh folks can
Nice.
a little bit of money and bow and stuff,
Magic on Main.
So
Music.
Music.
or magic. I mean, it could
Magic
be
on Main.
now that step it up a little bit, Meg.
Yeah.
You really want to see a
Magic
good show? Come to
outside.
Magic on Main. Or that could be a strip club.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so I kind of wish I would have known you before. I could admit, you know what? I've got this. It's kind of a drive, but so
Yeah.
we'll have to have
Another time. We'll make something
We'll have you
happen.
down something when you're getting ready to do a 4-city, 5-city tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Fly through West Virginia and
I'm sure amplifiers will kill it there. They were great.
Yeah. So I said, does the owner know what he's getting himself into? I was like, probably not, but it's fine.
Yeah, because they put on a whole production.
They do, yeah, and it's man. The first time I ever saw that, it was outside. It was an outside show in November in Pittsburgh. Okay, it was freezing outside, and I'd never met them in person. They'd been on the show, but I'd never met them in person. And Mike just in the chat, he said, "Yep, Cincinnati chili." So apparently he knows about that.
Hey, nice.
But yeah, they were like I said, it was outside and it was cold, and but just meeting them in person and seeing the lights and shit was awesome, But I was freezing my ass off at that show.
Nice.
But I was like, well, next time you guys have a show, maybe do it inside in November,
All right. Yeah. Geez.
Is Canton up by one of the lakes? Is it up by like Lake Erie? I think.
Kinda. No, we're about an hour and a half from Lake Erie.
Have
Well,
you ever
not
been
Lake
to Erie, PA?
right?
No, I've not been to Erie, PA. Yeah, we're an hour and a half south of Cleveland.
Okay, I've been to Cleveland once, I think it was in middle school for a school trip. We went to the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when it first opened.
Nice.
Really nothing there. There
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of boring. Like because
It's all just Hall of Fame shit, all right? It's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Football
but
Hall
I mean,
of
like
Fame.
they didn't really have anything because they just opened, So
Yeah.
like, we were
Yeah.
walking around, there's like empty displays. We're like, okay, this is lame.
Got like a name on it, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we went to was it Cedar Point? Went there. That was fun
Nice.
too. But I'm not really. Are you guys amusement park people? Do you like amusement parks? Roller
I think
coasters?
so. You two, you go there
No.
pretty often.
Yeah, I mean, I go because my wife likes to go. But yeah, I mean, like Cedar Point's, I guess we take it for granted around here because we're
You're there.
You grew up with
yeah,
it.
we're like right
Gonna be there, yeah.
right down the road from like Disney World or some shit like that.
Well, yeah. Well, there's Orlando guys I was telling you about. They literally have like a pass to
Nice.
go, but they just go get drunk at Epcot now. That's what they were saying. So,
That's the best thing to do at Disney.
Yeah.
around, walk around the world.
Yeah.
Get yourself a German what is it? I don't German,
Brat?
something. Yeah. I don't know. It was a fun. But do you guys are you guys rock stars constantly, or do you work actual jobs like at delis and things, or at hot dog places?
As of right now, we are rock stars constantly.
Yeah, in this moment, I guess.
Right now, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's
But,
excellent.
well, I mean, like, to keep up on bills, I do like Grubhub, DoorDash.
Oh,
kind of
nice.
shit,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean,
That-
but that it's nice because that allows me to make my own schedule and just work whenever I have the time, whenever we have downtime or something.
They
so.
offer that here, but there's really no like Uber or Lyft or something will be around for like a little bit, and then that person, whoever's doing it, will just quit doing it because there's not a lot of business,
Mhm.
So every once in a while we'll have it, but I've been using that Instacart thing where I don't have to go get groceries; they just bring it to me. That's badass. I love that
Yeah.
shit.
Oddly enough, well, I try to dress as nice as possible when I go out or not as nice, but something like I'd wear on stage or something. And the couple times it's been happening more and more, actually, not to sound like some douche, but like I do. It has couple like, oh, you're that like it was a couple weeks ago. It was like I pulled up to his door, fucking had like delivering Papa John's or some shit.
Nice.
He's like, no shit. And I was like, hey, what's up? And he's just like, I just saw you play in Akron last night.
That's awesome.
I was just like, oh, thanks, man. He's just like, you're not gonna. Well, if my brother was here, he'd freak out. He loved
Did he ask you to sign the box?
Gotta start carrying a Sharpie.
I would do that.
Probably, yeah, Papa
I
John's
would do
already
that.
signed it.
Eat one of these guys.
Can you sign my pizza box, man?
Yeah. But yeah, that's
So none of you guys actually have a gig where you have to go to the office and print things.
he's about to.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going back to work here. I've had this whole kind of summer off to focus on the band, and
I think
Yeah.
you should use the rest of the year to focus on the band also.
I wanted to.
And
We
go
were
back to
trying, but the band costs money. You know what I mean? To like everything
yeah, that's
kind
the
of
only
to get
thing
things
that sucks.
rolling,
Yeah.
you gotta get back to it.
So what are
Yeah.
you teaching middle schoolers or something, or what are you gonna do?
No, so I'm gonna be going back to New York. I like currently live in New York. I'm from
What?
like this area, grew up
Okay.
here and all that, but I moved there for work. And
There's gotta be
I-
work around there, right? You don't have to get back to New York.
What's that? No, well, for what I do, I do.
Oh, okay.
So I work in television there. I work in like locations, so I go out
Like
and
WNBC. You never know.
yeah, pretty much. It's
Yeah.
literally NBC.
Really?
Yeah, the TV shows. The one I currently
Look me
work
up.
on is The Blacklist, and then
What? What is it?
The Blacklist.
What's that?
It's a crime drama with James Spader, about to go into
nice.
its 10th season.
Oh, like the show Blacklist.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Wow.
And I just do like location scouting with them.
That's got to be some change, right?
It's decent. It's enough to help keep this, rolling.
So you basically fund the band then, is what you're saying.
With the help of these guys, where they can. But yeah.
That's a good gig. That's got to
Whatever
be
credits
fun
that
though,
he
to
does
do.
do,
Yeah, that's got to be a fun thing. To
It's neat. Yeah, it's a lot of work. You're working a shit ton of hours, and you're tired all the time. That's been the biggest thing. Is like, how do I do that working 12 hours a day and then also do
Well,
this?
that's where you got to go to the boss and be like, listen. I'm in a really really good band, and what can we do about the hours? Because I can't be doing this. I can't be doing this all the time.
The production does not care about you can't do this. All right, get another guy. No, it's been good though. Like my boss, he grew up playing in a band. Like that was his thing.
Well,
We
yeah.
have conversation. Every song that we come out with, I'm sharing with him. He's been great. We're going to be playing a festival here in September, Louder Than Life, there in Louisville, Kentucky.
I've heard of that.
And I'm going to get the time off to at least go do that. So I'll be able to show up here, rehearse, go out to the show. They've actually been more than flexible with my time. So I'm excited about it. And
Well, that's
they've been
good.
good.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Dan? Are you kind of in between?
I'm not doing anything right now.
That's
I just
fine, man. You're playing drums.
I'll pick up a couple Cajon gigs here and there with a couple other music projects and whatnot to get some money, but
Awesome.
I'm running really low on funds, especially with gas prices going up. So I think I'm gonna have
well,
to.
I think they
a
might be
little
going down.
part-time.
I don't know. They kind of been going down around here. I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
being modest, but he's kind of the most sought after like renovation guy around his town.
Well, man in many
wall out.
hats. I've
You can
done.
take this wall out. We'll
Yeah,
talk.
like
I could do that.
you
but
won't like it, but
I won't like it.
he
I
won't like
be-
it, but
I won't
he
be
could
happy,
do it.
But I know I can do it.
like, if we're
Well, I
really
mean, I don't
bad
want to
at
take it out, but I think I want to put like because there's another room over here, and when people come to people come to jam here, there's a drum set over there, and it just kind of gets kind of crowded. We have to put the sax player into the hallway because there's just no room, But I'm thinking if we put like French doors or something that can close
Open
for
it up,
resale,
yeah.
Get over there, Dan.
Oh yeah.
I guess it'd be easier than adding on,
Call him up. Call him
Yeah.
up. You know how to get a hold of us.
We'll do it.
But I want to be the one to sledgehammer the damn thing.
Well, that's the easy part. That's fun.
Yeah, I want to do the easy part.
You do that and then call him and he'll do the rest.
Well, I don't know about that because I might mess something up.
And we'll bring our bus out so we can do the extreme home makeover. Like,
yeah.
Well, you can perform. I'll play the drums. I don't know any of yours. I would never be able to play like that, but I will play the drums while he's doing the work.
Yeah.
with you guys. We'll just jam something. Did you
Yeah,
guys
we're all
ever
just
do
jamming
any?
in bands like Slave
That's
Master.
fine.
When
That's
you guys
fine.
first got together, like as the 5-piece now, did you ever do any covers to just kind of like break the ice a little bit and just kind of get everybody's? Did you play anything?
Yeah.
Not necessarily out anywhere, but like just in your practice space.
Yeah, I mean, we toss around some covers once in a while.
Like
Like if
what?
we have a long set to do, we usually try to just limit it to one. But like we'll pick a song that we think will fit. Like it's usually fucking Foo Fighters or some shit.
Ooh,
Yeah. So we did that, and we did Sober.
Or like Tool.
Tool.
Yeah, we've
Oh,
done
hell
Tool
yeah.
or
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I'm
It's
a-
usually
I'm a
something that
fool.
like one of the main inspirations will like pick a song from those.
I
From one of those
don't know
guys.
if you guys ever heard of the Ocean. They used to be called the Ocean Collective. back
Yeah,
in
I
the
just
day.
saw them in Akron with Leprous. Yeah.
Damn, I was wanting.
Yeah, those guys
They're
are
one of my
great.
favorite bands, and I kind of get that sound. Your all sound kind of reminds me, in spots of the ocean.
Yeah, the first record definitely has that Ocean Collective kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Good shit. Good shit, guys. You guys are my favorite guests.
Yeah, you're our favorite
There it was.
host.
There it is.
You're our favorite host.
You're my yeah. He's my favorite podcast. I wish I know there's ways that I could play videos of people's songs, when they have a video out for them, but that's for people to go and watch on their own. But 25, I watched the video for it yesterday. I think yesterday I did, and there's a lot going on in there, and there's a lot of emotion going on in there. If you want to talk about that, what's the song about? Help me understand it. Where's the emotion, and why is it 25? What's the significance of the number?
It's all you, big guy.
Okay.
Yeah, man, a lot of this is. Yeah.
Well,
Because Zach personally, he told me to ask you.
I got this. This is my first tattoo I ever got.
That's yeah.
It was about that song. Obviously, I'm 26 now, but it was about the time I was 25. Was when I was in the heart of COVID, and pretty much, if not like the worst time I've ever had in my life. at least like mentally,
Nervous.
yeah, it was really awful. And it was at a time where like we were trying to write, and like a lot of shit just kind of like the band almost ended, and I was just at such a low point. And the song is a lot to do with kind of I mean, at its core, it's just don't kill yourself. Stay here. But it has a lot of like in the lyrics it says like I'll never waste like another day or time or place or so. It's kind of COVID makes you see, or had, at least to me, makes you see how like kind of precious a lot of things we took for granted, and not like kind of like taking things for granted or like wasting time on like shit that doesn't give you life, I guess. And the video in particular was, we had a lot of different plans for it and they didn't work out. So we ended up doing it in our rehearsal space, which is his house, which is where we've been jamming together since we were kids. And I think that really bled through like in the video. And I have this collection of CRT TVs, as those old big ass TVs.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to these like video game tournaments. But anyway, like we used it in the video because it's like, oh, like let's just throw all these TVs around, like it's something as a set piece.
Yeah.
And I ended up recently discovering some like old like home footage of when my brother and I were tiny. And like something happened to where like we were filming it, we just had that kind of playing in the background. It was just like, okay, like here it is. Here's like it almost brought a new meaning to even me of like what the song even means to me, which really is cool, because like as a visual to help out with that kind of like understanding of the song, even for me, was really cool. I remember at one point we were filming Dan's parts, and it's like me and him were just kind of sitting on the couch while he was getting filmed. And I'm seeing myself be born on this TV, like while this song is playing about me killing myself or not trying to. And it's just like, holy fucking shit. Like that, it really hit there for a second. It's just like, that's so dumb. Like, don't ever go there. Like, look at this healthy little baby. Like what, like it was, that's the song.
It's phenomenal, and it's you know, I like the song even before I saw the video, of course, but you know, seeing the video just kind of puts something in perspective, and regardless of talking to you and interviewing, you know, you guys, there's still something I can pull from it, and it's something anybody can pull from it just by watching and listening, you know, and that's what's really cool about lyrics and songwriting is, you know, you can really you can really make a difference in somebody's life just by saying something, you know, that means something to you, but it somehow they can draw into whatever they're going through, if that makes any sense.
Yep. Yeah.
I try to do things like that too, you know, and you know, when I write things, I don't write too much, but you know, when I do, it helps. It's therapeutically to yourself, but maybe to somebody else too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's
right. I try to keep it like not as broad as possible, because it should be kind of centralized. But
Sure.
like, I think the main point of the song is what the chorus says. It's like, it'll all be all right. You know, just shit like that. So.
And the calm down part, where it comes, you know, calm down is
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Kind of, I don't know. I kind of get chills when I, you know, just. And anyway,
that's literally just yelling in your face.
Yeah, that part of the song actually that you mentioned, the calm down.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the part of the song that actually resonates with me the most, because I have like anger issues in a sense.
I mean,
it really gets me, you know. It's like, yeah, just, you know, take a deep breath, calm down, just, you know, give it a little bit of time, and you'll be centered again, grounded again,
or somebody will help you figure it out, or things will get better.
Right. It's a message of like healthy mentality.
Right.
Yeah. Like try to have that healthy mentality.
Well, viewers, go watch the video. The video is phenomenal. 25 by Asava, and let's take a listen to it. It's a fantastic song. This is not their newest one, but it's one of their newer, of the two newest songs that are out. And then we'll be right back here in a second. Here's 25.
Woo!
Save it for another day. You're wasting all your breath away, and it's all the same to me. But the hole that you stare was created by rapid eyes. You'll feel the same either way. How can you not believe that the deeper you go
Hey, yeah, buddy. That's
He's
it
still
right
floating.
there.
Let him float.
I love it. I'll be the extra in the video. Like tree frogs in there.
It's like Liam's baby face right here, and then cut.
You hear the TV.
I just love like the symphony of everything going on at the end. It's just phenomenal. Love
Yeah,
it.
we had considered like not even having that at the end as like kind of like that outro synthy
Yeah,
Stacy
that
thing, but it was just like nope, that really completes it all at the
brings
end.
it together and
Yeah.
just kind of
Especially
like,
with the video.
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Go
it
watch
gives
the
you that
video.
time to like think of what just happened.
Yes.
That
Go
makes
watch
sense.
the video. The video is great. The band is great. The great live show. I definitely want to see it like again tomorrow. If you guys are able. No. What is before we end? What does Asava mean? I meant to Google it, but I hate doing that because
that one's
it's usually
good.
different from whatever from what you guys.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think everybody here has kind of a different understanding of what Asava is. I mean, you know the origin of like why you guys picked the name, but like whenever they talk, like, because I was around, I wasn't playing in the band at the time, but I was around whenever they decided like this is what we're gonna be called. But like it clicked with me perfectly. Asava is, I believe, a Buddhist term, and it's almost like the opposite of, it's what prevents nirvana being that like the ending the cycle of rebirth and you finding complete detachment from the world and peace and all that. Asava is what prevents you from doing that. So all your connections to this earth, good or bad, any vices you may have, and that could be love, any relationships, it could be drugs, it could be music, you just love music so much, but it's an attachment to this world.
Right.
And I find that to be great. That's a great thing. I love these things. I don't know why they're bad. not necessarily a bad thing. But that's what it means to me anyway.
Yeah. Asava essentially, is just like everything. It's
Yeah.
everything that keeps you alive.
I did kind of look into it a little bit, but I was like, I'm not gonna delve further because usually it's there's some things are there's a lot of definitions to them, and it's just like I'm trying to see. I have something in my head. There's something I don't know. I'll text you about it. But I do think of it.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up on my show. No.
Acute Mania Live.
Yes. Acute Mania Live is the show. Is
Best
August
podcast
13th.
ever.
The greatest.
Yes.
The greatest.
Best host.
Yeah, this is you guys are my best guest so far. To this point, my favorite. August 13th, I guess is next week, right? Saturday, I believe, is Earth and Elsewhere from Pittsburgh, or not? Well, Western PA. I don't know for sure if it's Pittsburgh, but it's Western PA, which is the western part of Pennsylvania.
That's Earth and Elsewhere.
Yes.
Right on.
Earth and Elsewhere. They have one single out now called Bastard Son. It's really good. It's really good songs. They're in the process of putting an EP or a full length out. I can't remember correctly. I don't want to say anything wrong, but they're in the process of putting some more material out. They're fairly new, so it'll be fun to talk to them and see what they got going on. And then 2 days later, dun 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 dun, The Undertaking from San Diego. I have to say it like that. I know that was obnoxious, but it has an exclamation point at the end.
Yeah, you can't
Until
not.
they tell me not to do that, that I don't have to do that anymore, which will be on the 15th. They'll tell me otherwise. So, cool. The Undertaking on August 15th at 7 p.m., which is 4 Pacific. I have to say that since they're in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good. It's chaotic. It kind of reminds me of like older Refused. If you ever listen to Refused, it kind of reminds me of that. Just very chaotic but fun. They're called the Undertaking. So look them up. Look them up, and you'll see what I mean. It's gonna be a cool show.
Dead Kaiju.
Nice to meet them, huh?
Yeah, it's like a band from around here called Dead Kaiju. It's like a lot of chaotic energy, but
Yeah,
it's
but
great.
it's fun.
It's just fun and
Yeah. But it's
Light
they're
things on
taking-
fire.
Do they have an exclamation point at the end of their name?
No.
They might. I don't know. Do they?
They just set a bunch of other shit on fire.
They put on a crazy ass show.
Fire. I like fire.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Are they
And
still playing?
I have no clue. They come around here quite often. They used to anyway.
look me up. I'd love to have them on the show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You guys are my first guest from Canton, so thank you for being the my first
Hey.
Canton guest. I just had my first guest from Sweden last week. I had Born to Die from Sweden. That was my first Sweden
Cool.
bond from
Were they
Sweden.
called Born to Die?
Born to Die, yes. I don't believe they're a Christian band. It's kind of deathcore-ish, but it's good, really good music. Anyway,
Well, gotta be if it's Sweden.
let's see. The band I played at the beginning, Fear of Tomorrow, they're from France, and that'll be my first ever guest from France once we get them going and scheduled. I think they're doing some touring around France, and we have a translator lined up for that show, so that'll be a good learning thing for me.
Yeah.
More than anything. But I'm gonna play the show out today with a band called Clear Body. I haven't hit them up about the show or anything, but I really like their music. They just did a couple cities with Bliss Fields that I had on from Toronto. They did. That's how I found them. So maybe I'll hit them up and see if they'd like to do the show too. I'm not sure where they're from. I haven't done much looking back on them, but they're called Clear Body. The song's called Too Far Gone, and Asava, thank you guys so much for taking the time out today, and I'm glad I got to see you and meet you in person on Saturday, and phenomenal live show, and I look forward to seeing you back, and let's get you through West Virginia, and we'll get
Oh,
you
yeah.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having us
kind of
on.
magic on Maine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Music on Maine. So I guess I'll see everybody else on the 13th, which I believe is next Saturday, with Earth. I can't talk. Earth and Elsewhere. So thank you guys so much. If you got like 5 minutes or something, I'll talk to you a little bit here after I killed the.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Thanks for having us.
Everybody else, I'll see you on the 13th. Here's Clear Body with Too Far Gone.
Cool. Thanks.
There's a cat over there.